Not being willing to give up something is a key reason why people do not reach their full potential. Today we're talking about the law of trade-off. And the law of trade-offs talk about what you have to give up to go up. And as you think about going through this session today, I'm going to give you a little home fun at the end to think about also some of the things that you might have to give up to go up. And what John Maxwell spoke about in the 15 invaluable laws of growth is that sometimes the hardest part about stealing the second base is that you have to take your foot off first base. What are the things that you might need to let go of today so that you can go up tomorrow? So, what it says is the next step is that what will it take for you to reach your full potential? What, if you can answer these questions, it will help you to understand where you're at. What are you willing to give up? What will you have to give up? Okay, there are things that you will have to give up, and there are things that you might not be willing to give up that you will have to give up. So, not being willing to give up something is a key reason why most people never reach their potential. And if you fall into that trap, understand why you're where you're at. So, the truth about trade off is that trade offs are always available in our lives. You are alive, and therefore, every single day, you are going to have opportunities. So these are the opportunities for you to grow. And sometimes we might take those opportunities and sometimes we don't. Trade-offs forces us to make difficult personal change. What are the changes that you may not want to make because it might just hurt, right? Or maybe you're just comfortable where you're at. So trade-off, as it says, are available every day or in our entire life. Unsuccessful people make bad trade-off. Average people make few trade-offs, and successful people make good trade-offs. So as you look and see, maybe for the past few years in your life, what are some of the trade-offs that you've made? Were they for the better? Have you grown? Did it help? Or were there trade-offs that maybe weren't so good? Were you willing to make those trade-offs or did you just let it go? So trade-offs are opportunities for growth too. And ask yourself, will I go through this change or grow through this change? What are the things you are going through right now that maybe you need to grow through it, or maybe that things you will have to go through? What are the pluses and minuses of this change? Do you list off, okay, I'm going to make a decision here, and what are the things I'm giving up for what? Does the cost or the benefit outweighs the other? And so what John Maxwell says that we may not always get what we want, but we will always get what we choose. So what are you choosing today? What are you willing to give up? And trade-off forces us to make difficult personal changes. So understand, when you want something you have never had, you must do something that you have never done. It doesn't come so easily. Change is personal, it's possible, and it's profitable. Are you willing to change you? Okay, sometimes we want others to change, but then are we changing, understanding that it is we who needs changing? And that certain things that might need to stop doing or implement something new? So refusing to change means certain debt to your potential, is that you will not actually realize how much you could have achieved in life. So loss is usually felt before the gain. So the biggest reason, as I said, that people don't change is that it just might hurt. And people are not willing sometimes to feel that hurt. They are just comfortable where they're at and would like to remain there because they don't want the pain. And most trade offs can be made at any time. few trade-offs comes once in a lifetime, and are you actually willing to take it when it comes? Remember that the higher you climb and the higher you grow, the tougher the trade-off gets. The skills you got where you are now are not the skills that will get you to the next level. There are, as you get higher, is that there are going to be more things that you will have to trade off. Sometimes there are things that you're now willing to trade off. What are you willing to give up today so that you can actually realize your full potential? Many people reach to a level in life where they've achieved real greatness, or something really high in a sense, and they're not willing actually to give up that to move up to the next level. So are you in your comfort zone where you have reached height where you call it that, and you said, okay, I'm not going to give up this here for maybe really seeing what I could have achieved in this life. So trade-off never leave us the same. Some trade-offs never worth the price. And those are things that what you're willing to give and what you're not willing to give. What trade-off do you need to make right now? There might be decisions that you need to make right now and that you're not willing to make it. So make a list of those, and that's actually one of your home fund today. What are the things that are not worth giving? What are the things you're not worth giving up for something else? And when you think of maybe in a case like this here, something healthy for something, or something unhealthy for something healthy, or vice versa, what are the trade offs that you are willing to make so that you can be better? Whether it's your health, whether it's your education, what are these things that worth making that you're willing to take? So some trade offs might be financial security for potential tomorrow. So what it says is that maybe you might need to give up your financial security right now, maybe the job that you are having, so that you can actually realize your full potential. Maybe it's something that you're not willing to give up, but you have to give up for you to reach to the next level. Maybe immediate gratification for personal growth. What are those that you would like to give up so that you can go up? And then the fast life for the good life. Who is controlling your calendar right now? And do you do what you do best? Do you drop the rest? What are the things that you need to trade off that you can be able to go to the next level? So I keep repeating this so that you understand every single day you are trading off something else. So look also, what are the people, who are the people you can work with that will give you the energy and not deplete it instead. And so what are those trade-offs? Sometimes you might need to trade off some of your friends because of unhealthy habits or something that is not helping you in life. And then, so trade-off, as I said, in security wise. So staying in a safe place will never help you to realize your full potential. If you stay where you're at, it's likely that's where you'll cap out. So what do you need to give up? So are you a leader also that just have followers who follows, or are you investing also in leaders to lead other leaders? So talk about also being a conduit for blessings, not a reservoir for assets. So what can you also give to others? So maybe you need to trade off some of your time that you have to help someone else. Are you willing to also do that? And so the law of trade-off, remember, what do you have to give up to go up? And the growth always, involves a loss of something. Some form of trade-off comes along the way. And what it also says, so saying yes to one thing is inevitably meaning that you are saying no to something else. Okay? So what are you saying yes to is also you are saying no to something else. So, what you're saying yes to, is it something that is helping you to grow? Is it something that you can actually move up in life? Are you going to realize your full potential? There are some things in life that you cannot or should not trade off, and maybe number one might be your family, okay? Might be your health. What are those things that you are not willing? So make a list of the no compromise trade offs. What are the things that, despite what, you are not going to compromise those things for something else? Maybe something higher. Is it worth it? Ask yourself that. Is it worth your family relationship? Is it worth maybe your health? Because if you're not here, then does it worth achieving anything great? So how is that going to happen if you're even not here? So think along that line of what are the trade-offs that you need to make today to grow up to the other level? Or are you just comfortable in where you're at right now and you do not want to grow anymore? Do you want to reach to the end of your life and then realize that, oh, I could have taken this opportunity and realized my full potential, or I have just given up every possible opportunities and now I regret it? So don't live with regrets, but look at what now you need to do now and what are some of the trade-offs. For me, one of the trade-off I had to trade off to get my master's is trade off some sleep time and to give up some hours in the evening so that I can study more. Some trade-offs were also giving up some pleasure in hanging or going out and do something so that I can achieve something else. And so, what are the trade offs that is worthwhile for you? Think about those things. And if you like a coach to work with you, please call a number on the screen and book a complimentary session with one of our coaches. Share this video and go through it also back for yourself and see what are the things you're willing to trade off and what are the things you're not willing to trade off so that you are very clear where you're heading. Again, enjoy your day and share this video.